Alright, next one up. Zombie Nation. Wow. This is a movie that absolutely is a paragon of everything in film that can be done incompetently. It is an astounding work of failure. It actually makes Uwe Boll's movies look thoroughly well done. Uh, this is a creation of Uli Lommel, who is another sort of notorious, I believe he's German, director who makes just horrible movies. He's like a step lower on the ladder than Uwe Boll as far as his reputation. And this is the first of his movies that I've seen on this list. I think there is one other that I'm having a hell of a time finding. But I'll get to that when I get to it. For now, Zombie Nation. This is just one of the laziestly made movies that I've seen outside of YouTube. Um, it is... I don't know, I'm trying to think where to start. The plot is... There is a crooked cop who is apparently murdering people, and it goes into his background of him being a child and crazy mother or something. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But apparently he murders all of these women while on the job, and his partner is suspicious. But ultimately what happens is through some sort of magic, all of the women he killed come back, and there's sort of a revenge aspect to it. So that's sort of the idea of the movie. So they are the zombies of the Zombie Nation. I think they actually say the title of the film in there. And, yeah, love it when movies do that, especially unnecessarily. So that happens. The one thing that I think most people... there's not one thing that people harp on this movie, there's a lot. One of the most obvious things that's done very poorly, in a movie that is about zombies, the practical effects, the makeup, is just bad. It's basically, they just give them sort of raccoon, dark eyes, and that's it. That's the extent of the zombie makeup in this movie. Yeah, they're conscious, they're not really... They're almost weirdly kind of like the old school zombies in that they do have some sort of, their faculties are with them. But at the same time, they are also eating people and doing typical zombie stuff and sort of stumbling around. I don't know. It's pretty poorly done. And then the rules of these zombies are not established. In fact, that's sort of the twist at the end, is that there is some rule about this sort of zombieism that isn't established, that creates a dumb twist ending that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. Let me think. So apart from the makeup being just bad, all the acting is just like you found extras on the street. It's not all of it's just really bad line deliveries throughout. The sort of thing you'd expect from a YouTube movie that somebody made with some friends. The other thing that is quite notable here is that it's all filmed more or less in the same warehouse. So there are times when this warehouse is made to look like a police station, but you can like see the exposed, pipes and stuff. They use it for, the mental hospital. They use it for pretty much everything. Everything is set within this, warehouse space that they had available to film the movie, and it's all very poorly covered up. It is pretty outstanding. But somehow this movie got a pretty wide release. I think primarily it's because the box art or the poster for this movie actually looks pretty impressive. It's a pretty well done like zombie head, but nothing else on the poster, and that is not what the movie's like at all. It really is. It's quite bad. It's really tough to sit through, even, because the plot doesn't make a whole lot of sense, as mentioned. It sort of jumps back and forth between who our initial protagonist is the evil cop's partner, who then drops out of the movie partway through. Apparently the actor had medical issues, so they just wrote him out of the movie. They wrote out the protagonist halfway through. And then we jump back to the girls that are, seeking revenge, and then back to the cop, and the red tape of the police force and whatever. Yeah, it's really boring. It's a boring watch. This is one I don't want to watch it again, but I probably will. It's almost on that level of a movie you have to see to believe. This is one of the, it's hard to say if this is one of the worst movies so far on this list that I've had to watch, but it's very bad. It is quite bad. It's the worst zombie movie I've had to watch on the list. And that includes, like, the incredibly strange creatures who stopped living and became mixed up zombies. Maybe that includes, like, like Zombie Nightmare. Like, some of the bad MST3K ones are still more watchable than this. So, that's what I've got to say about Zombie Nation. Yeah. It's bad.
May the Holy Spirit guide our youth in all their endeavors.
He pulls these women over for no reason. Then he handcuffs them and takes them someplace. They disappear.
Let us pray to the Lord. Lord, hear our prayer.
Is it safe?